Level 1. What if duos? Duos that could have been legendary but were ruined by unfortunate circumstances. Mainly injuries. Like T-Mac and Yao. Think about this duo for a second. You got a 2-time scoring champ and an elite 7'6" center with the softest touch you ever seen. No one's stopping that. It's T-Mac and Yao on the same team. But the problem with this duo, of the 463 games they were teammates, Yao missed 146, T-Mac missed 160. Absolutely cruel. And the thing is, when they played together, they were freaking elite. In 2008, they were on a 22-game win streak. And what happens next? Well, Yao just breaks his foot. And then 2009, T-Mac is out after knee surgery. And the team they had left still pushed the eventual champion Lakers to 7 games without their 2 best players. So yeah, this duo easily could have been an all-time great if they didn't get hurt. And a duo you can say the same for, Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire. And honestly, the Knicks are balling right now, but I know Knicks fans wish this team won a ring. Because New York hasn't had real star power in forever. I love Al Harrington, but they were having seasons where he was their best player. Amari comes to the Knicks in 2010, averaging 25 and 8, finished 9th in MVP voting. Madison Square Garden is electric again. Then Melo comes in February 2011, and now you're telling me the Knicks got 2 guys who can both drop 25 on any given night? That should have been a problem for the whole league. But then Amari's knees fall apart, a bunch of surgeries. By the time the Knicks won 54 games in 2013, Amari wasn't even close to the same player. But imagine Amari stays healthy, definitely gives that Heat team a run for their money. But a duo that really would have given the Heat a run for their money, the Chicago Bulls, with Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah. This one might actually be the most painful one on the list. D Rose at his peak, we all know, youngest MVP ever. Shout out to Derrick Rose. And then Noah next to him is one of the best defensive centers in the league. Defensive Player of the Year, 4th in MVP voting, first team All-NBA. Joakim Noah was averaging 5 assists as their starting center. Jokic before Jokic. Not really, but still. The Bulls team was built specifically to beat the Heat, and they genuinely could have done it if Derrick Rose doesn't tear his ACL in Game 1 of the 2012 playoffs. And then after that, multiple meniscus tears. Joakim Noah dealt with his own injuries, and they were just really never healthy at the same time. Rose peaked before Noah became an MVP caliber player. Noah peaked after Rose was already broken down. The timing was just off. But if you want to talk about timing being off, Harden and CP3. This one has to make Rocket fans mad, because this isn't just a what if. This was basically done. 65 wins, best record in the NBA. Harden was MVP. CP3 averaged 18 and 8. They're up 3-2 on the Kevin Durant Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. 1 game away from going to the finals. And CP3 pulls his hammy. And of course, Golden State wins in 7. In Game 7, the Rockets missed 27 straight threes. Then Golden State goes on to assassinate Cleveland in the finals. So basically, if CP3 is healthy, Houston probably wins the West. And then they play the Cavaliers, that's significantly worse than the Warriors. And people talk about Harden and CP3 the way they talk about other all-time great duos. But instead, nope. But a duo who played even less together, Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. I swear, for a little, this was literally the greatest duo I ever watched. AD is already one of the best players in the league, and the Pelicans just decide to add one of the most skilled offensive centers you ever seen next to him. Cousins is averaging 25, 12, and 5. AD is averaging 28 and 11. Who's guarding that front court? The answer is no one, by the way. And then January 26th, Boogie tears his ACL. And after that, he was never the same player. And AD 2 years later goes to the Lakers. So the Pelicans, the big man duo, easily fits the what if category. By the way, if you want to be the best duo ever, me and you, please sub. Thank you. Anyways, then we got level 2, current duos with the chance to move higher. Basically, just good duos right now. Some young, some older, who have to prove a little more before I feel comfortable placing them anywhere else. Like Wemby and Castle. This duo actually has a chance to be the best duo of the decade if we're being honest, but for now, they can't be any higher than this. Wemby's already an MVP finalist, averaging 25, 11, and 3 blocks. He's 22 years old. Castle's next to him in just his second year, 17 and 7 assists. They got a plus 17.9 net rating together. They've now combined for 5 seasons in the NBA, and they're that good. And in only their second season together, at the time of filming this, they got a chance to go to the Western Conference Finals. Although Wemby just absolutely mollywopped Nas Reed yesterday and got ejected. I don't know what he was thinking. But Wemby and Castle, definitely a duo that has a chance to move up as time goes on. But the next duo we're going to talk about, Halliburton and Siakam. Now this one's interesting because this duo, they technically do fit another level we're going to see later in this video. But for now, I'm just going to put them here. And honestly, they're such an underrated duo because unlike Wemby and Castle, them two have already done something. They made the finals together. Siakam won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Halliburton runs the best offense in the NBA maybe. The issue is, Halliburton tears his Achilles in Game 7 of the Finals, which is genuinely one of the most brutal things I've ever seen. And then he misses this recent season, the entire season. So Siakam's just out there making the All-Star game by himself. So we'll have to wait and see if Halliburton comes back the same guy. Because if he does, these two are top tier. They already proved they can get to the finals. Now they just gotta win one. But moving on, a duo they played against, Brunson and Towns. Brunson and Towns are currently in their second season together at this time. Actually, yesterday, they just swept the Sixers in the second round. It looked like the second coming of Jordan and Pippen. But for now, this is the highest I can put them. Because really, besides winning the NBA Cup, they haven't accomplished anything insane together. But they still are elite. Brunson averaging 26 a night. Cat putting up triple doubles in the playoffs like he's Jokic. The Knicks reached 2 conference finals in a row with these two. They're currently on a 7-game win streak in the playoffs. 7-game win streak in the playoffs is insane. So yeah, good luck to whoever they play. But the reason they're not higher is just because they haven't won a championship yet. They haven't even made the finals together yet. Maybe that'll change in a week or two. Maybe it won't. We'll see. But for now, they definitely have a chance to move higher. But then, we'll go to their potential conference finals opponents, Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren was actually drafted with the Knicks pick. Crazy to think about. But this duo, Cade's averaging 24 and 10, and Duren just made his first All-Star team averaging 19 and 10 on 65% shooting, and they're both still like 23 years old. The Pistons went from a 10-win team 2 years ago to the 1 seed this year. Currently, they're in a good series with the Cavs at the moment, but Cade and Duren, probably the backbones of one of the best rebuilds I ever seen. But they've really only had 2 years of real playoff experience, and we just don't know yet. And the same can be said about LaMelo Ball and Con Knipple. This is genuinely a duo I didn't see coming. Like, I knew LaMelo was good, but Con comes in as a rookie and just immediately becomes one of the best shooters in the entire league. 18.5 points, 43% from 3. He set the rookie record for most threes in a season. And the crazy part is, him and LaMelo both made 270 threes this year. The last teammates to do that were Curry and Clay. That's good, by the way. Charlotte, they went 41 and 30 when both of them played together. That's also good, by the way. But this is their first year together, and they haven't even made the playoffs together. But I expect that to change next year. But for now, they're still here, level 2. But next, we'll go to level 3. Great duos, but never reached the finals. And of course, we got to start with the literal definition of a non-finals duo, CP3 and Blake Griffin. I still don't know how this duo never made a finals. But they didn't. This might be the most fun duo ever to watch. CP3 runs the pick and roll basically better than anyone ever has. Blake Griffin catches the lob basically better than anyone ever has. The only other guy I could think of that might catch the lob as good as Blake Griffin was literally their teammate. But yeah, Every single year, the Clippers would win like 57 games, win the division title, and lose in the second round. It was clockwork. No matter what, something always went wrong for the Clippers. But another duo that couldn't make the finals, Lillard and McCollum. This backcourt, easily one of the best backcourts I've ever seen. These two combined for like 50 points a night at their peak. Like 27 for Dame and 23 for CJ every single night. And they were loyal too, like too loyal to Portland. 8 straight playoff appearances. And they did have their moment. 2019, Dame's game winner versus the Thunder. Then CJ drops 37 in Game 7 versus Denver. They make the conference finals. And honestly, I thought this was the start of something. But then Golden State was cracked. So yeah, Western Conference Finals merchants, Dame and CJ, an all-time backcourt that never made the finals. But after them, we can go back a little. Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire. Second Amari Stoudemire duo mentioned. Shout out to him. But when I was researching for this video, I looked up the best duos in NBA history. They had Nash and Amari ranked as the 19th best duo ever. And the reason, this is a duo that changed basketball. The 7 seconds or less Suns. The way the Suns were playing in the mid-2000s, nobody ever seen anything like that before. Nash won back-to-back MVPs. Amari was averaging 26 on a 62-win team. But then Tim Duncan existed. And they couldn't beat him. Extremely unfortunate event for every Suns fan ever. But next up, we can go to a duo I feel like everyone loved. Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. These two, I feel like they built Toronto into something. Like Toronto before Lowry and DeRozan wasn't a serious basketball destination. Then they turned it into a 59-win team. First in the Eastern Conference, 5 straight Atlantic Division titles, 5 straight playoff appearances. DeRozan was averaging 27 a night. Lowry was one of the most underrated point guards in the league. The problem, LeBronto. Like every single time they got anywhere, LeBron was just standing there waiting for them. 2016 Conference Finals, LeBron. 2017 second round, LeBron. 2018 second round, they win 59 games and get swept by LeBron. LeBron literally ruined this duo. Apologize, LeBron. But then we can stay with another Eastern Conference duo from around the same time, John Wall and Bradley Beal. I feel like people forget how good this duo was at one point. Both were averaging 23 a night. Wall had 10 assists on top of that. 5 All-Star selections for Wall. Beal becomes the Wizards' all-time leading scorer. And they were kind of nasty for a little. 2017, Wall averaged 23 and 11. They take Boston to Game 7 of the second round. 1 win away from the conference finals. And they lose. And then Wall tears his Achilles in 2019. And that's basically it. I mean, Wall just couldn't stay healthy enough to match it. And really, they never got a real shot together at a deep playoff run. Probably could go into the what-if category, honestly. But next up, finals teams, but no championship. Duos that made the finals, but couldn't win it all. Like, who else? Stockton and Malone. If DeRozan and Larry dealt with LeBron, Stockton and Malone were Chinese water tortured by Jordan. Stockton and Malone, these two fools played 18 seasons together. Malone winning 2 MVPs. Stockton still the all-time assist leader and steals leader. The best pick and roll ever. These two got song shoutouts together. That's how good they were. 2 straight finals appearances. And both times, Michael Jordan was just standing there waiting for them. Kinda sucks for them. That's all you can really say. Probably the greatest duo to never win a championship as well. But another duo who has a case for it, Durant and Westbrook. Like, think about how young these two were. They get to the finals in 2012. Durant's 23. Westbrook's 23. Durant's averaging 30 in that series. Westbrook averages 27. These two were supposed to win 900 rings together. Even in 2016, the year they didn't go to the finals, they came so close to winning it all. They were up 3-1 on the 73-win Warriors, then lost 3 straight. And then Durant leaves for Golden State that summer. And honestly, that decision kind of rewrote how people remember this duo. But if you look up what they did together, they were great. 4 Western Conference Finals, 1 NBA Finals, multiple 60-win seasons, 2 future MVPs playing together, a legendary duo. But then we can throw it back for a little. Pause. Jerry West and Elgin Baylor. These two made 7 finals together, 7, and lost 6 of them to the same team. They lost all 7, by the way, but 6 of them were to Bill Russell's Celtics. West averaged 38 in the 1969 finals and won finals MVP on the losing team. He's the only player in NBA history to win a finals MVP on the losing team. And Baylor dropped 61 points in a finals game. The same list I showed you before, it has them as the 6th best duo ever. That's how good they were. They just could not win. But a duo with a different story, Shaq and Penny. This is a duo I feel like would have been talked about completely different if Shaq just stayed in Orlando. Like, they made the finals of Penny's second year, and they beat Michael Jordan's Bulls to get there. Penny's averaging 25 in the finals as a 23-year-old. Shaq is averaging 28. Both of them not even close to their peaks yet. They had 57 wins the next year, 60 wins the year after that, and then Shaq just left, just decided he wanted to go to LA, and that was it. And then Penny's knees fall apart after that, and we never got to see what this duo could have became. And then the best 30 for 30 ever was created for them. This magic moment. Low-key, I might watch that tonight. Like a 6'7" point guard next to the most physically dominant center we ever seen. That's not a fair matchup for anyone. But they only got 3 years together, so unfortunately, they fit here. But then we can do Allen Iverson and Dikembe Mutombo. This is honestly one of my favorite playoff runs in NBA history. Like, nobody thought the Sixers were doing anything in 01. Then AI wins MVP, Mutombo wins DPOY, and they just start running through the East. Then they meet Shaq and Kobe in the finals, and the 01 Lakers are one of the best teams ever. But what makes this duo interesting is Mutombo only joined at the trade deadline. Like, they had maybe a half a season together, and still made the finals. Imagine a bunch of seasons of these two in their primes. Could have been insane. But that reminds me, this video is presented by PrizePicks, America's #1 sports pick app. And I actually got a pick that I'm rolling with right now. With the Knicks now in the Eastern Conference Finals, I took OG Anunoby to win Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I put $25 on it for a chance to win $417. That's a 16.66 times payout. And honestly, this isn't just random. OG Anunoby has been one of the Knicks' most important players all season. If the Knicks win this series, there's a real chance the voters reward his two-way impact. And that's why I like this spot on PrizePicks. It's simple. You just pick more or less on player stats or even team outcomes, lock in your lineup, and you're set. I'll be posting more of my lineups there too, so if you want to tell what I'm doing, make sure to follow me on the app so you don't miss anything. And if you've never tried it before, now's the best time. New users can play $5 and get $50 in lineups instantly when you use code HMA. So download PrizePicks using the link in my description, use code HMA, and let's see if this OG Anunoby pick hits. And as always, play responsibly. Okay, back to the video. Now we got level 5 championship duos, but not goated duos, but still definitely all-time great duos. Like for this one, I'm talking Jokic and Murray. The 2023 playoff run these two had is genuinely one of the best playoffs I've ever seen. Jokic is averaging 30, 13, and 9 in the playoffs. Murray's averaging 26 and 7, and they become the first teammates in NBA history to each record multiple 30-point triple-doubles in the same postseason. 2020, the bubble year, they came back down 3-1 twice. The reason they're not higher, they just have one championship, one finals appearance, but they do got time. If they win 1 or 2 more, we're talking about them way different. But then we can do Pierce and Garnett. This duo is low-key underrated. They took a 24-win team and turned them into a 66-win championship team in 1 year. Pierce is winning finals MVP. Garnett wins DPOY in the same year. They also made it back to the finals in 2010, pushed the Lakers to 7 games. They made another conference finals in 2012, so the success was there. The problem, KG blows out his knee in 2009, and that basically ended any chance they had at a second title. Because that 2019 before the injury, was 44-11. They had a chance, but injuries screwed them. So like the other teams on this level, one ring just doesn't get you there. Like another Celtic duo with one ring, Tatum and Brown. They've been together since 2017, and people spent years questioning if they could coexist, me included, and they just kept proving everyone wrong, me included. 2 finals appearances for them, and then in 2024, they finally win it all. Brown wins finals MVP, and they become the first duo in NBA history to play over 100 playoff games together before winning their first championship. That's the struggle Tatum and Brown went through to get a ring. So yeah, if the Celtics keep this duo together, they're going to be contenders and have a chance to win a ring every year. But for now, they're level 5. But then I want to talk about a low-key underrated duo, Hakeem and Drexler. This one's a little different from the others on this level, because these two were college teammates at Houston. Then they become teammates on the Houston Rockets. They reunite in the NBA over a decade later, and immediately win a championship. And the thing about this run, it might be the hardest path to a championship ever. They beat a 60-win Jazz team, a 59-win Suns team, a 62-win Spurs team, and a 57-win Magic team, just to win one championship. Genuinely absurd. But the reason they're here and not higher is just because Drexler only joined the trade deadline. They had half a regular season together before winning a title, kinda like Mutombo. But that's what makes it legendary. So an all-time great duo, just not goated. And I feel like the same could be said about Giannis and Middleton. These two spent over a decade together in Milwaukee. Giannis was some skinny kid from Greece. Middleton was a second-round pick they ended up with. And Giannis just turns into one of the best players ever. And Middleton, I feel like, is a 784-time All-Star. Just makes it every year, I feel. And then in 2021, Giannis drops 50 points to clinch the championship. And Middleton dropped 40 in Game 4 just a few days before that. This duo was insane for a while. But the problem is, one finals appearance, one title, and they never got back to that level. Middleton dealt with a bunch of injuries, so it kind of ruined the Bucks' chances. But still, an all-time elite duo, no doubt. But next level is level 6. Almost goated. Like as close to the goated category you can get, but just right below it. Like Bill Russell and Bob Cousy. It was almost impossible to separate level 6 and 7. Like every duo I feel like I named for the rest of the video can easily be level 7, but the conclusion I came to, I put them in level 6 if one part of this duo isn't a top 20-ish all-time player. That was really the only way I can separate it, because like Russell and Cousy won 6 rings together, 7 finals appearances in 7 seasons as teammates. They went to the finals every single time they played together. Bill Russell, obviously one of the best winners in NBA history, 11 rings. Cousy, a revolutionary point guard. It's like stupid not to put this duo in level 7. The only reason I'm leaving them here for now, Cousy is just a tier below all the guys that are in level 7. That's really it. He just isn't in that conversation with the greatest secondary stars ever. Your Pippins, your Kareems. That's what level 7 is for. So they fit in level 6. But another level 6 duo, Duncan and Parker. Genuinely one of the best dynasties in NBA history. 4 championships together, 5 finals appearances, 15 seasons as teammates. They never missed the playoffs once together. And Tony Parker even won one of those finals MVPs. And now, the Spurs duo literally got reincarnated. Comedic franchise. But moving on, Bird and McHale. Maybe the most skilled frontcourt in NBA history. Bird was a 3-time MVP. McHale had unguardable post moves. This duo once had a stretch where they went 59-5 at home. If you went to one of these 5 home games, honestly, I'm not sorry. It's your fault they lost. But yeah, 3 championships. Of course this duo is going to be one of the best ever. But after them, how about a duo you prayed you didn't have to play? Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. Originally, I had this duo in level 5, but that's just disrespectful. And they'd probably beat the shit out of me if they heard that. This duo went through everyone. MJ, Bird, Magic. They beat everybody. 2 rings back to back. each took one finals MVP, these two combined for a height of like 9 feet and ran the NBA for 2 years. The bad boy Pistons. But then I couldn't leave them off this video just because what I watched this duo do in 2016, LeBron and Kyrie. Down 3-1 to the 73-win Warriors, then they do this. This is a real picture, by the way. But LeBron and Kyrie, they make two of the best plays ever in about a 60-second span, the block and the shot. But other than 2016, this duo also made 3 straight finals together, and skill-wise, they match up with any duo ever, but only 1 ring. They only really lasted 3 seasons together before Kyrie left, but for the time they were together, they were unstoppable. So yeah, that's level 6. Which brings us to level 7, the final level, the GOATed duos. Basically, the 6 best duos in NBA history. And first up, Curry and KD. Now, I know some people are going to have a problem with this because they were only together for 3 years. But in those 3 years, 2 rings, 3 finals appearances. They would have 3 rings if KD didn't die in those finals, but they don't. But for them, they were both legit in their primes. In that 2017 playoff run, they went at 16-1. When you got 2 borderline top 10 players ever, of course they're going to be here. I still remember how pissed I was when KD posted this though. Anyways, next one, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. They're probably the thumbnail of this video, I haven't decided yet. But when you think of duos, not even basketball, like salt and pepper, left and right, you can legitimately put Jordan Pippen in that, and I don't think anybody's saying anything. 6 championships, 0 final losses, 2 separate three-peats. They had a 72-win season and a 69-win season. Probably the greatest duo in NBA history. But for the next one, I put LeBron James and Dwayne Wade in this. If Jordan and Pippen are the salt and pepper in the NBA, Wade, James, and Bosh are the rock, paper, scissors. But Wade and James are the duo of that list. Sorry, Bosh. But for this duo, they had 4 straight finals appearances. They went to the finals every year they were teammates. 2 championships. And that 2013 finals game 7, they combined for 60 points. In that regular season too, they won 27 straight games at one point. I feel like I don't really need to explain why they're in the GOATed category. But then, for the next one, I went to Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. This one's even more obvious. You got 2 top 5 players of all time on the same team. How are they not going to be here? 5 rings, 8 finals appearances in 10 seasons. They won a finals every other year basically. And they made the finals 80% of the time. And Showtime Basketball was the most entertaining product the NBA ever put on the court. Magic revolutionized the point guard position. Kareem in that skyhook was literally impossible to stop. These 2 are probably the 2 best players ever at their position. And Kareem once said this.
You really are my favorite player. Do you think maybe we could take a picture?
Fuck off, kid.
Okay, for the next one, I kind of broke my rule with one of the players not being top 20-ish all time. But this duo is a staple and had to be here. Curry and Clay. This duo literally changed how the game is played. People going 23s a game now because of them. These 2, they won 4 championships, 6 finals appearances, just chucking up shots from half court. The 2 best shooters ever. And they were together for over a decade doing it. They won their first ring together in 2015, won another one in 2022. If you were 14 when they won their first ring, you were legally allowed to drink alcohol when they won again. So yeah, in my opinion, a top 3 duo ever. That site had them at 2, which I don't hate. But the reason I personally wouldn't put them at 2 is because this last duo, Shaq and Kobe. Probably the most dominant peak any duo ever had. Shaq in 2001-02, those years, he's averaging 38 points and 16 rebounds in the finals. Kobe's averaging 29 points a game in the playoffs. They were dominant. 3 straight rings. In that 01 playoff run, they went 15-1, one of the best postseason runs ever. The only reason people sometimes debate if they're the top duo ever is the fact they literally hated each other. Sometimes at least. But besides that, skill-wise, they're probably the best duo in NBA history. But if you guys enjoyed, I would genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. It's the only thing that lets me know you guys want me to keep posting on here. Thank you for watching.